Good morning, mathematicians. Today we're going to start on slope-intercept. So what is slope-intercept? It is a way of writing the equation for a line so that it looks like this. Y, we already know, that's up and down, the y value. X, we already know, that's going left and right. So what are these M and B? Well, if you remember from a little while ago, we talked about a number in front of the x changing how steep a line is. So y equals 2x might have a really steep line like that. Y equals 1/2 x might be a little flatter, kind of like this. And the number in front of the x told us how steep that line was going to be. Well, guess what? That letter M is the slope of our line. It tells us exactly how steep our line's going to be. So what is this B? Well, considering this is slope-intercept, you can probably guess this is the intercept. But what does that mean? Well, let's try an example to figure it out. Here's a line that I don't know what the slope is, and I don't know what the intercept is. Well, how do I figure out the slope? I use rise over run, which is how high does it go divided by how far does it go to get there. I have two handy points right here. How high does it go? It goes up to. How far over does it go? It just goes over 1. So my slope, 2 divided by 1, is just 2. Now what about this intercept? What the intercept tells you is how high up and down on the y-axis the line crosses. So M, the slope, tells you how steep it is, and B, the y-intercept, tells you where it crosses the y-axis. So how many steps up or down does this line cross the y-axis? Let's count. 1, 2. Here it is, crossing the y-axis. So if it's 2 steps up, then the y-intercept is positive 2. So how can I write the equation for this line in slope-intercept form? Y equals m times x. We know what m is. It's 2x plus b. What is b? We figured that out over there. So the equation for this line is y equals 2x plus 2. Let's do one more example. So let's recap. We're trying to figure out what m is, the slope, and what b is, the y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. So let's take a look at this line. We'll pick 2 points and figure out the slope. We have to go down 1 step because this line is going downhill. So down 1 step to go over 2. So our slope is just negative 1/2. We can't simplify that anymore. Where does it cross the y-axis? It crosses at y equals 1. So the y-intercept equals 1. How do we write this in the slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b. M is negative 1/2. X plus b equals 1. All I did was substitute in the m, or the slope, and the b, or the y-intercept. And that is the equation for that line. So how do we do it if I'm given a table? Well, I need to figure out the slope by figuring out how much it goes up divided by how much it goes over. So let's pick 2 points. 0, 0 is an easy one to start with, and 2, 5. How much does it go up? We use the y value. It goes up 5. How much does it go over? We use the x value, 5 over 2. So m is the slope, is 2.5. How do we figure out the y-intercept, though, if we can't see it? Well, if you think about a graph where the line crosses the y-axis, is going to be where x equals 0. It doesn't matter if it crosses up here, down here. Wherever it crosses the y-axis, x has to equal 0. So if we look at our table up here, where does x equal 0? Well, in this case, x equals 0 and y equals 0. So our y-intercept equals 0. We take whichever number in y happens to be next to x equals 0. Now, how do we write this in slope-intercept? Y equals mx plus b. Where's our m? Back over here, we figured it out. 2.5x. And where's our b? 0. So plus 0 doesn't add anything. So our equation is just y equals 2.5x. And does that make sense with our table? Sure it does. Y equals 2.5x. 2.5 times 1 is 2.5. 2.5 times 2 is 5. 2.5 times 3 is 7.5. So that is the right equation. Alright, so this one's written sideways. The x's go that way, and the y's go that way. So how do we figure out the slope? We have to figure out rise over run. So how much does it go up? We're going to have to do the changes in the y values. And how much does it go over? For the changes in the x values. Alright, so let's pick 2 points. Let's pick this one and this one. How much does it go up from 20 to negative 4? Wow. So this one actually goes from 20 down to negative 4. It goes past 0 on the way down. So it goes down 20 to get to 0, and then it goes down another 4 to get to negative 4. So what is the change from 20 to negative 4? It's actually down 24 steps. And how long does it take to get there? From 0 to 6? Well, that one at least is easy. 6 steps. Negative 24 divided by 6 equals negative 4. And that is our slope. How do we figure out the y-intercept? Well, we figured out that wherever it crosses the y-axis, x equals 0. So where does x equal 0? Where y equals 20. So the y-intercept equals 20. How do we write this? Y equals mx plus b. So y equals m, negative 4x, and b is 20, plus 20. And that is how we write this equation. Hope this helps.